Welcome to the College of Stoic Philosophers podcast, a podcast dedicated to exploring the applied philosophy of traditional Stoicism. The College of Stoic Philosophers is an online school founded in 2008. We at the college endeavor to educate all who would be Stoics and Stoic philosophers who aspire to the good life within the world community. Podcast episodes will include discussions of Stoic history, application, interviews, and much more, all while having some fun, fate permitting. I'm your host, Mark Sterry. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to the College of Stoic Philosophers podcast. From May 23rd to 25th, 2025, members of the College of Stoic Philosophers faculty met in Athens, Greece. We toured the Acropolis and Parthenon, saw where the original Stoa was, enjoyed each other's company over Greek food and drink, and talked life and philosophy. Each faculty member was asked to give a presentation of their choice to the group. I chose the role of emulating the music archivist Alan Lomax and solely focused on field documenting these presentations. Picture inside a bungalow Airbnb, a wooden table covered with bottles of Greek Coca-Cola, wine, Greek beer selections, and open bags of oregano potato chips, surrounded by 8 practicing traditional Stoics, now friends. Like Lomax recording early folk music, not all audio survived the trip due to equipment malfunction and the cosmos just not allowing it. What you're about to hear is an edited portion of a faculty presentation in this environment while on an adventure of a lifetime. Without further ado, this is Christos Tzevelekakis with Stoicism Wasn't for Monks in Caves.
So, disclaimer, this is whatever I have written here is just purely my thoughts, a little bit unfiltered, okay, but good that we have AI, so it's not that unfiltered, and it's meant to basically provoke. I don't have introductions because everybody is a little bit advanced to the stuff we are talking about. So the title of my presentation is Stoicism Wasn't for Monks in Caves. Okay, so there we go. So we have some guys here. We have Marcus Aurelius. I think you have heard about him, I guess. He ruled an entire empire, yeah, amidst chaos, and still managed to write what we read today, the Meditations. So he was basically a multitasker, yeah. So we have Cato the Younger, who was, a stubborn person, very proud. He resisted Caesar, and so on. Epictetus, it's from slave to sage. He was born enslaved. He is the ultimate example of internal freedom. And then we have the system builders, let's say Chrysippus and Zeno, the founder and the one who made, a more systematical approach. And to my point of view, Stoicism is not, for daydreamers. Well, for that, I can get a grape and wine and go to the mountains if I want. It's for people that are on daily life. They are there. They are trying, they are struggling, they are having the setbacks, and they keep going. If you think about it, we have emperors, politicians that were Stoic, exiles like Musonius, Rufus, and others, slaves. You have an empire if you are Marcus with betrayals, plagues, wars, and what do you do so that you do not lose your mind? Epictetus, well, if you think Epictetus, basically he was a property, if you think about it, until he learned his freedom. And he still ended up, one of the greatest teachers that we have in Stoicism. So think what we as individuals, what we can really achieve if somebody was born a slave and still did that. And then, of course, we have Zeno and Chrysippus. They were the building frameworks and so on. Well, we have also modern Stoics, not modern Stoicism, Stoics in the modern life, let's say, that are in action, that they are doing stuff. It might be a doctor, it might be a soldier, it might be a CEO, it might be anything that you can imagine. And the workplace nowadays, a lot of time is like a modern battlefield. You have to deal with stress, deadlines, budget, human chaos, whatever you can imagine. There are too many stuff going on. There are also people that there are invisible Stoics. People are doing work that we cannot see. It's very, very important to us as a society. And Stoicism is a privilege. We have to act with clarity when others might collapse. And this is a real edge in the workplace. That's why we use it. It might be, I have other examples here, like a single mother nurse that has her shift, a lot of people, and so on. Life at work is a circus, and Stoicism is our shield against this. Emotional resilience is not optional. It has to be used as an armor for us. You might have, in your workplaces, you can give me examples like that. Maybe your technology is not working. Maybe you have angry clients. Maybe you have insecure bosses. Endless meetings, and so on. Then, very important is that we have unchecked reactions to what is happening, emotional reactions. Minor issues can turn into time-sucking activities, if that sounds familiar to any of us. And resilience is something that we can learn. It's the same way that we train our muscles. This is when we apply what we learn in theory, this is how we continue building on it. And this I will explain because it's an internal joke. Therapy or donkey washing? If work leaves you shattered, daily something is broken. So Stoicism is a reboot protocol, and I will get back to the donkey washing. So then it's, how many times you have seen all of that, as previously mentioned, the boss who flips out, the colleagues who, takes your time for small stuff, a client who acts like the apocalypse just hit, and so on. The world is messy, but your internal world does not have to be messy. If you're walking out of work, needing therapy more than food, either something changes or the donkey washing business might not be such a bad fallback. So I will go to the donkey business. In 2016, I was working in Santorini Island. I went there around February or something for the season. And the season ended up like something November or whatever. And was in 2016, it was really like this amount of people they get this year, it's nothing compared to 10 years ago. And interestingly enough, I met a person having a store there. He was selling souvenirs. And he was from some kind of an Asian country, I don't even remember, like Vietnam or whatever. But he could speak perfectly Greek. And then I was just talking, casually, and he told me a story like, look, in the hotels here that the people are paying thousands and they are sitting in the jacuzzis and so on. I was working also as a waiter. And this is a very hard job there because you are holding the entire disc and you have to go, to the steps because there is nothing there. There is no elevator, there is nothing. And then he says, yeah, okay, well, for the amount that they pay, which was like for 1,500 euros for 10 hours a day, no day off and stuff, I better go to the sea and wash donkeys for €1. €1 per donkey. This is the donkey business. And this for me was always a lesson, the donkey business. I know it's funny because I learned, okay, we have some responsibilities at work, but we have a certain value for ourselves as human beings. And we need to respect that too. There are the boundaries. Then what we have? We have the pause that save us thousands. So control over reaction is worth its weight in gold. We all know the dichotomy of control in action, yes. The proto-emotions and the ascent models, we are aware of that. This is either called the Stoic pause or the Stoic delay, some text, however you want it. Thing is that when something happens and we pause for a moment just to realize what's going on, it can literally save us a lot of time. Yes, and I have some other examples here. We all remember the Stoic person on the boat and the storm coming and his reaction and the ascent and so on. And then some a plan how to deal with all of that. I have here the premeditatio malorum. I have the zoom out, the cosmic zoom out. I have here also the let go of the fake urgency, which is not something written anywhere, but it's a practical advice that usually most emergencies in the work are not emergencies. People just name them emergencies. And then we have something very useful, we are all aware. We need to be a procopton, not a perfectionist. We just need to progress a little bit. We do our reflections and we keep progressing. And basically, that's how we get through it. And what I have here is workplace setbacks versus Stoic lift aheads. So I was trying to think what is the opposite of a setback. Well, okay, maybe lift ahead is proper. I'm not sure, but I just use this. And setbacks are named, honestly, they set you back. But what can you do? You can cry or you can lift ahead, which is what we need to do. And this is also to lift ahead and not falling into the setbacks is also our right action, the proper action, what we call kathikon. Yes, and I have one last part, and I will not bother you more with that. Leadership as a Stoic craft. We are not just steering, a ship. It has to go somewhere. It's not drifting. So leadership is steering, it's not drifting. We are the captain, storm or calm. We are holding the wheel. Virtue over ego. Usually a Stoic leader isn't loud. And, as we all know, Zeno knew about shipwrecks. So even if he lost it all, he started a school. So true leaders basically turn loss into philosophy. And we command calm and we do not command chaos. So basically when the leaders panic, the teams implode. So that's why we need the Stoic steadiness, which is very contagious. Remind me of this story about the shooting in the school. So if you are steady, it's contagious, And finally about, emotions, you're not a puppet, okay? So we have to reflect and we have to stop dancing for others. This is very important. Emotions are data, okay? If somebody tries to, do the pull to you, we do not react. We are not a marionette. We are not a puppet. Perspective is very powerful. From above, everything is very small, and from within, it's manageable. And of course, important is we need to reclaim our mental real estate. We do not lease our peace to other people's moods, and especially bad moods. And we reconnect through practice. It can be anything. It can be, for some people, it's writing, others it's meditation, gratitude, yoga, fishing, go back to nature, whatever you like. Yeah. So that's about it. And the last sentence that I have written here is, we are sculptors of our own stance. And this is the presentation. That's all.
Thank you for tuning in to the College of Stoic Philosophers podcast. Please visit the collegeofstoicphilosophers.org for information on the college, e-journal, and course offerings. Till next time, pro Kaptan.